Hi, I'm Jared from the Broken Seal, and today we're going to be playing Too Many Bones. Too Many Bones is actually a game that I've had for a little while now, I think at least a year. Um, and I got it because everyone and their mother told me it was a great game and it just had a lot of like breath to it. And so I was really excited for it, and then I got it and found out it's really not really complicated, just like it's involved, I would say. So much so that reading the rules for it, I couldn't finish the rules in one day with the time that I had. So I had to wait until today to finish reading the rules. I looked around online for like tips on getting started. I found out that the person that you should start with is Molemesh, apparently. I don't know if that was, you know, I don't know. I just heard recommendation that you start with Molemesh as your first one. I decided to go with Boomer because she just seemed really cool. And we're going to be doing where's my little book at? We're going to be doing the Adventurer, which adds 2 to your Gearloc's HP stat before day 1. So Boomer normally starts off with 3, so now I have 5. Also, I'm doing the solo, obviously. You gain 1 training point before starting day 1. So my 1 training point, I'm going to use... I'm probably going to unlock Frag, because I think you can do that. Unlock a skill die placed in your Gearloc skill area. Increase HP stat die by 1 and add 1 health chip to your Gearloc. Increase dex stat. I'm going to increase my dex, actually. So my dex is normally 3. There's the 1. That way I'll be able to do more on my turn. And if KO'd during your adventure, dice in your lock slots may remain. So before we get started, if you could, leave a like, comment, or subscribe when you're done watching the video. And if you want to help us out, you can check down in the information below for more ways to support us on our Patreon or our Ko-fi. So let's go ahead and get started. We're on day 1. Normally the first day, or the first thing you do on a day is move the day counter, but we're only on day 1, so we don't move it this day. For Molemesh, we need to get, I believe, we have 9 days to get 6 progress points. Once we get 6 progress points, we can fight Molemesh. We don't have to fight him on that day. We just have to fight him by day 9, or else we lose. I say we, me. So, our first encounter. These are special encounters. The first 3. It's special 0, 1, 2, and 3. Or 1, 2, and 3. Only 12 hours till dawn, and the send-off ceremony that will no doubt change the lives of every remaining Gearloc, and likely every life in day lore. Weapons and supplies are ready to go, but the night is young and adrenaline fills the veins. It's clear no sleep will be had tonight. There's sure to be some shady peddlers in dark alleys ready to deal in loot. Then again, some last-minute training could pay a nice dividend by morning. So what to do? So our choices, we could squeeze in some last-minute self-improvement, or we could shake down a shady peddler. If we do the self-improvement, we get 2 training points, and if we shake down the shady peddler, we get 1 training point and 1 loot. You know what? I'm going to go with training points, because I want to, especially with Boomer, I know I at least need Frag to be able to do like damage outside of using my attack die. So I'm going to go with Frag as my de facto starting ability. I don't think placement matters, like what number it shows. And then I might want to increase my attack stat. But let me look on the Boomer sheet to see what they suggest. I know Dex was one of them. Boomer needs HP, so do that first. She has plenty of Dex for a few battles, so it's worth it to try to increase her attack by 1 next. Since I start off with the 2 extra, I guess I should take... I'm gonna increase my attack, like I said. This is the only part that I'm not sure of. Since my attack is 1, I'm assuming I just roll 1 attack die. It says... Make an attack stat training attempt. Roll your current attack dice. No misses, success. Increase the attack stat die by 1. If unsuccessful, spend training point elsewhere. So luckily, if I don't make this I can use it somewhere else. No misses. So I increase my attack stat by 1. So now I can use 2. So that was day 1. And we get 1 progress point. Oh, flavor text, we like it. Molmesh. Once human, now Worgen, Molmesh has an insatiable hunger for that which he once was. Knowing there is no going back, he lets that hunger fuel his fury toward any non-Ebon de Loren who stands in his way of exacting vengeance. It says the game length is 2. And he uses, is it on this reference? It's not. He uses 3 types of enemies, which I think are scales, animals, and swamp. But who knows? So, Gearloc reference guide. We did we did an encounter, we resolved it, and then we go to recovery, lockpicking, loot trading, and individual options. I don't think we have any recovery options today, so we move to day 2. Turn the day counter. We reveal. Special encounter, hardly out the gate. 15 steps into the journey. 15 steps, and already a Gearloc boot is struck through by an arrow. Luckily, no toes were killed. Teeth are clenched and a painful tug is made while looking around in embarrassment. Yow! Now, sufficiently ticked, it's time to return the favor to the ominous figures at the edge of the woods. A commotion breaks out atop the city wall, interrupting all thoughts. Guards have now spotted the brazen intruders who are notching their arrows. Their help is at the ready. Like it or not, this adventure is underway. Alright, so we have 2 choices. Hail the guards for help, or it's time to show Obender what the Gearlocs are made of. At the start of each round, arrows from the wall deal 1 true damage to each baddie, or with Obender watching, you feel an extra shot of adrenaline as you prepare for an unassisted battle. We're on day 2, so there's going to be 2 baddies. This is recommended for first-time adventurers. I kind of want to go for it, though. So I think I will. I'm going to go to show Obender what we're made of. So we have to make our baddie queue, which is so I have mixed feelings about this guide. I don't feel like it was written well enough because it starts using BQ early on and then doesn't describe what BQ means until like page 17. So the battle queue, every battle must start with the creation of a BQ that contains the baddies you'll be facing for the fight. To build a BQ, you must refer to your encounter card, then assemble a stack of baddie chips using your active stacks, except for scouted baddies. Greater point baddies should always be placed higher on the stack than lesser baddies. So, calculating our current day and times the number of Gearlocs. So we have 1 Gearloc, there'll be 2. So we grab 2 chips, which would look like this. Then draw baddies to equal baddie points using the highest points. Oh, we already did that. We have 2. Stack them. Then place the top baddie from BQ in its appropriate lane. So the first one is Griffin Yearling. It has flight and it is a melee, so it goes over here. And then our second one is the Clay Golem. Ooh, that's also melee. So it goes there. I go over here because I'm arranged. Oh wait, I'm not on yet. So we're on round 1. We get the initiative of the Griffin is a 5. And the initiative of the Golem is a 2. Place top baddie BQ in its appropriate lane in battle map position. Roll party's initiative die. Yeah, I was supposed to put the initiative. So my initiative die is a 4. So I'm pretty sure that one's going to go first. So the baddie's going to go first. If it's not already kind of obvious, I'm going to be using this a lot. There's a lot of rules. There's a lot of specifics about it. I've heard it's a very good game. It's a dice building RPG. I'm excited for it. I just am also aware of, you know, what this game is. All right, so the baddies are going to go start of turn. Any stun things? No. Oh, I need to put myself on there. Put myself here. Luckily, they're both ranged, so that helps me out. Determine targets, move. So I guess they don't have like a limit on how much they can move. That kind of sucks. Oh, they may move up to 2 adjacent available positions per turn, and they will always target and move toward the closest opposing unit. 1, 2, 1. Oh, he's not moving yet. So that one moves 2. They can't go diagonal unless they have a signal or a symbol on there. So this one, even though it would have been more optimal to go like this, it can't do that, so it has to go down. So it doesn't reach me in time. And it has flight, which means that it probably can go sideways, so let's double check that. At the end of this unit's turn, place a flight effect die on it. If this effect is already there, remove it. While in flight, this unit is untargetable. Oh, that's not cool. All right, so then it flies up. So I can't target that one, which is not good because I wanted to target that one. Roll all the body's inactive defense dice and also roll its attack dice, only if target is within attack range. The baddie can target multiple units. They are in attack range. Roll its attack die for each. All right, so... Okay, cool. So these baddies can't defend themselves. Even better. All right, well, put that back. So that would be the baddie. Then it would go to me. So on my turn, I can roll up to 4 dice. I can't use my frag grenade yet, so I'm going to put it like this so that way I know, just to make sure. I'm going to roll these 2 to get an element and a casing. And I guess I'll roll an attack die and a defense die. Alright, so I got a defense. I got a casing. 2 casings, 2 elements, and 2 attack. The 2 attack I'm going to use on the clay golem. Oh, I should put health on there. I was like, how am I going to track health? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I took 2 damage from him. And this one only has 2 health, so I'll put the 2 on there. So I use that. The 1 defense will help in case I get hit. And then these 2. Oh, what's the break do? I bet you the break goes through defense. Any attack die used to reduce this unit's HP must be exhausted. Oh. So it's exhausted. Alright, so that's my turn. Didn't move because I didn't want to move. Then we go to the baddie. This baddie is going to move 1, 2. And it's going to attack me. That's a 1, so we'll deal 1 damage, but it comes from my defense first. So that was everything. We move to round 2. If we get to round 6, all figures on the board start taking 1 damage. And it keeps happening like that at the start of every round until either we lose or they lose. All right, so this one's going to go first. It's going to move here and then swoop down and attack me. It still has its flight dice, but it'll lose it at the end. So it rolls 2 attack. So it gets a 1 hit, which takes 1 health away from me. Now I see what they were saying when they said I should have healed myself. And then it has a bone symbol. They don't have a bones ability, so they just lose it. But because this was on there, it loses it now. I'll put this back over. Then my turn. Can Gearlocs move diagonally? You know, it's fine. I'm going to... So I have 4 dice to roll. I'm going to roll 1 fuse die. And then I will roll 2 attack and 1 defense. Perfect. So I got a 3. I got 2 attack. I'm going to kill this baddie. I guess I'll put defeated baddies. I'll put them just on the other side. Those 2, they weren't exhausted because I didn't use it to break. And when can I do this, actually? Alright, so Boomer may create a grenade at any time during her turn. She may create more than 1 at a time as well. However, she can only carry up to 3 grenades at any time. So I'm going to bring these both down. So I'm going to make 2, basically. So that now I have 2 grenades. And that means that I can now use this. I didn't roll it with it, so I'm not going to use it this turn, obviously. I am going to use this defense and lock that in. Yeah, because I did 2 attack, 1 of these, and a defense. Perfect. The Clay Golem's turn. It's going to attack with 1. It's a bone, so nothing happens. Back to my, well, round 3. Let me just take this out. That way it makes it easier for me. On round 3, now I have options. I could use my frag grenade, but the frag grenade, when it blows up, the frag grenade will most likely deal damage, but it could also hurt me because I'm adjacent. So maybe I just roll like, what do we got? 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to roll 4 attack die against it. Because if they're exhausted, they'll come back. And even if they're bones, I can still deal damage. So I did 2 damage to him, which gets broken. And then I'm going to use this 1 to throw odds, which will break him and defeat him. All right, so 3 rounds in, kill 2 enemies, still have 1, 2, 3, 4 health. That's pretty good. And I felt extra shot of adrenaline, which allowed me to get a training point. And then I get another training point and a trove treasure. I believe that's what that is. I need to stop putting these on top of each other so I can grab it easier. Oh no, it's just 1 loot. It was purple will be trove. Okay, so I have, well, let's do this in the right order. So, resolve encounter, yes. Divide spoils and apply training points, log progress. So I get 1 loot. It's the stone hammer, single use. Add 4 to an attack. Wow. Add 4 to an action die result attempt during your lockpick attempt. So I can carry 4 things of loot. I get 2 choices. I'm going to increase this by 1. So now my base health is 4. And then I might get Stunner. Body Surge can potentially give me buff HP, loot, or components. Okay, I'll go with body search. So body search. There we go. Also, I can exhaust these at any point. My element or any of my scavenging die. So I'm going to exhaust these two at the end of that thing. So when we recover, we can do a lot picking, a loot trading, and individual options. The individual options are rest and recover to heal to full, search for better loot, discard 1 loot, roll 6 attack die. For each bones that you roll, reveal a loot card. You may keep 1, or scout the area, roll a d6. On the 1 to 3, reveal a 1-point baddie. I actually think I'm going to try and get better loot. So I'm going to discard this loot, roll 6 attack die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I got 1 more. The utility parts. On your turn, unexhaust any 1 die. Okay, it's a little better. It'll be more helpful. So these go back. And I don't remember if defense stays between rounds. Okay, so this is back out. And I put in my 2 because I got health. And that. So now we have 2 progress. I'm guessing another way they could have done this is just giving you a die to like turn. But you know, whatever. All right, so we're on day 3. Oh, what was my recover? I didn't do... Oh, I did search for better loot. Yeah. All right, day 3. Crossing the Cibron. The Cibron River, a glistening vein of trade running the length of Daelor, playfully beckons as it shimmers in the daylight up ahead. But with so few bridges in these parts, this crossing is an obvious spot for enemy scouts and traps. A journey of this importance leaves only 2 options. Tucking the ears and trying to blend in is risky but efficient. A boat at dusk carries less chance of discovery, but requires business with the Molnor, a trading syndicate with their own set of drawbacks. So how do we want to do this? We could tuck our ears and walk like a commoner. It'll give us 1 progress, so that would actually be 2 progress for today. And so they're both peaceful also. That's what this symbol here means. So I get 2 training points and 2 progress points, 1 training point. And I could hire the Molnor. They would give me a trove loot. I'm going to tuck my ears and walk like a commoner. So I have to roll a d6. If I get a 1 or 2, I get spotted. 3. Perfect. So I get 2 encounter points. I'm going to use health to track it. That's an easier way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I have 4 now. So 4 progress points and 1 training point. 2 progress points, 1 training point, 4 total now. I'm just talking out loud, so forgive me. The next number of times a baddie targets this unit with an attack or skill, it will miss. I'm going to get smokescreen, especially since I'm here solo. All right. Boomer is looking, pretty good. She's prepping for the big fight with Molmesh. And that is the end of day... Well, I guess no, I still get to do... I'm going to roll for better loot. Discard 1 loot, roll 6 attack die. For each 6 bones you roll, reveal a loot card. You may keep 1. Nothing. You gamble, Although I don't know why searching for better loot requires me to lose my loot. Thematically, I should be able to keep it, but, whatever. All right, so we're on day 4. We're out of the special encounters. This is just dealing with the encounters that I shuffled in. Between a rock and a hard place. Scaling down this rock cliff feels oddly different from the last shale I traversed. It exudes a strange warmth. Must just be the altitude. After all, I've been descending all morning. Thankfully, solid footing is not far away. I briefly pause on a ledge to survey the valley and relocate the raiders I've been tracking. A quick glance back at the rock behind me reveals the rock looking back at me. Giant pieces of earth break free from the cliff surface, and suddenly, hollow, burning eyes are staring into my soul. Towering above me is an angry monstrosity, a golden golem. Alright, so fight it now, 5-point baddie, the battle queue, 5-point baddie, stone golem. Or lead it to the raiders. Ooh. You take off down the shale like a dire wolf with its tail on fire. A quick glance back tells you the golem is in pursuit. Now to get close enough to those raiders and then hide. So we would have baddie points. Search for 20-point baddie golden golem. During battle setup, instead of your Gearloc, use the golem to fight the baddies. While controlling the golem, use of its skills, attack, and defense die is optional. Baddie is always added to the bottom of your BQ. At the end of round 3, your Gearloc joins the battle. All remaining baddies, including the golem, now target you. Okay, so we're on day 4. So there'd be 4 baddies, but I'm gonna go with this one. It's risky, but we're gonna find that golden. Here it is. It's only got 9 health, so that's not bad. Let me shuffle these around again. So our baddie points are 4. And in lane 1, we have the Bog Frog, who is melee and has a 3. Then in lane 2, we have a Kobold Tracker, who is also... Oh no, he's ranged. So I guess he can't attack. It's a 6. Then in lane 3, we have the Dragon Hatchling, who's ranged with a 6. And then in lane 4, we have the Direwolf Pup, who is melee and has 3. I'm gonna just assume, I'm gonna use my initiative for right now, my initiative die. I don't have a 5. Oh, there it is. Actually, when you're assembling the baddie queue, yeah, because there's 6s, they would still go first. And we're on round 1. On round 3, I join into the fight. All right. So first, it is this dude. He's hardy. Any turn this unit takes damage to its HP, including true damage, total is reduced by 1. Compound. This unit attack stat is equal to the current round. Okay, so its attack stat is a 1. It doesn't move because it's ranged. So it's going to attack the golem. It gets 1 damage. I need to actually put health on these things. I keep forgetting that. 2. 3. 3. And 4. And 9 for the golem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This may have been a mistake, but you know, I think it'll be fun. So it's gonna roll 1 attack die. It got 1. It has break, so that one is exhausted. And then that's their turn. Then we go to the Dragon Hatchling, who is ranged and has Engulf. All damage rolled by this unit also hits its adjacent units, all adjacent units to its target, including self, as well as triggers reaction skills if applicable. Okay, so it's going to roll 1 attack die. It gets 2. Then this guy goes. It can move sideways because of that little symbol there. It's going to go 1, 2. I'm guessing I have to add this because of that symbol. So whenever one of these die, a 5.1 will come in. All right, so I guess I just roll all of it because it has 5 attack die and 3 defense die. And you have to target, right? Like you can't just roll and then say I'm gonna hit everybody. Yeah, I can't. Because they have little symbols to let them know. All right, so I'm gonna go after this Bog Frog. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and it also roll its defense die because that's room all at once. All right, so 1 or 2, 4 kills this. Which causes this to come in. And it would come in at the bottom of the queue. And it has 6 health. And then its defense. Okay. So I guess it gets all of these. It says place them all on there. So that was the baddie, or the golem. Then green's gonna go. It has lashback 1, so it's gonna use 3 attack die. And so it gets 2, 3, 4, which takes care of all of that. And lashback, I assume lashback means that if it takes damage, it gives damage back. Yeah. That was that turn. Then we have this one, the Kobold Fanatic. It's gonna do 3 attack. I wonder what happens after all the attack die are exhausted. That's gonna suck for me when I come in. But oh, it's got Inspire 1. Let's see what that is. Oh, that's only. No, yeah. Inspire. The next baddie on the initiative meter takes their turn immediately after this unit, and is granted an additional attack die that turn. So I guess this one. So that's 2, 3, 4. So he's got 3 health left. Oh, it does have. Oh, no, it didn't roll any of that. Yeah, it could do recover too, but didn't. Which means that these 3 are gone. But then this one. So now that was the end of that one's turn. We're in round 2. On round 2, it would have 2 attack die, but it gets an additional 1, so it has 3. It's going to use all the attack die. All right, so 3 to do 3 damage. So the golem's destroyed. During your battle setup, instead of... Okay, so... I'm going to say they're not going to attack each other, obviously. So then we would get to round 3. I would enter, but as a Gearloc, I enter at the top of the initiative queue. And I'm going to enter here. So 4 dice to roll. All the attack die are exhausted. Oh no, there's 1 attack die left. Yeah, just 1 attack die. So I'm going to roll 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, no, I'm only going to roll 1 of these. I'm not going to roll the element die. Instead, I'm going to roll an attack die. Should I roll smoke screen or should I roll the body search? I'm going to roll smoke screen instead of body search. Alright, so first off, we're going to resolve the grenade. The grenade goes off, so I have 1 grenade left, and it's a 3. I'm aiming, the target is, oh, it has to go by target, not by like space. Well, I had something cooler planned, but I'm going to have the grenade explode here, which will kill this one. Or... yeah, what did I roll? I could do 2 damage and 3 damage. Alright, yeah. I'm going to do 3 here, because that'll kill it. And then the 2 here, because that'll kill it. And then smoke bomb. So the smoke bomb, the next 2 times a baddie targets this unit with an attack or skill, it will miss. So this is exhausted. This is active. Oh, I can't use another grenade. Right? Yeah. That sucks. Oh, smokescreen used a grenade too, so I'm 0. Alright. I guess even better then that I rolled that. So that was me. Let me take off. This is gone. That's gone. So then this one, yeah, is going to attack with a 1. Misses. So it's just targeting. It's not like if it has to hit or not. So I'm just gonna say I didn't even have to roll. It goes to 0. Goes down 1. Then this one is going to melee. Goes 1, 2, and that's its turn. I guess this would go with an extra 1, but it can't do it anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna do that. So it has 1 attack die plus 1, which means that this would just miss it. So this is gone now. Back up to my round 4. Back to me. So there's only 1 attack die. I'll roll 2 defense die. My body search and my elements. 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll 1 defense die. It's a 3. And 3 bones. Ooh. What do the bones do? What can I do? Bluff bomb. Select any occupied position. That unit is immediately moved to an adjacent position of Boomer's choice. Reroll any unused scavenger die. Use this turn. Or roll this turn. Dump your target for 1 damage. I guess I'll hit him for 1. I'll hit him for 1. I don't know what I'm doing. I was shitty. See, this pairing doesn't seem right, because then it would just go me, this, me, this, me, this, like back and forth. I'm gonna say that doesn't happen. It already tried to hit me. This one is gonna move. It's gonna attack me. It has 3 attack die, but it only gets 1 anyway. That's 1, so I take 1 damage. I really need to do something about this guy. And I should have used the bomb on him, I guess. I'm gonna make a bomb real quick, which gets rid of this one and brings them down 1. Then I'll do 2 defense die, an attack die. I guess I'll do 3 defense die and attack die. Alright, so 1 damage to him, but he's hardy. Any turn this unit takes damage to its HP, total is reduced to 1. So I could do 2 damage to him total. Yeah, I'll do 2 damage to him by using that. I don't know. I don't have to put it in there. I could save them, but I'm not going. Oh, I guess I could. So I'll save 1, but then use 1 to do 2 damage to him total, which does 1 damage. And then I will defend myself, and that is it. Then this goes and gets a 1, which breaks my shield. Then this goes, gets a 1, which reduces my health. Next round, now we have to start worrying. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move 3, and then roll an attack die. Oh, fuck yeah. 2 damage, killing this guy. Then this goes, it goes 1, 2, can't get any further. Then we move to round 6. We each take 1 damage. I only have 2 health left. But hardy, any turn this unit takes damage to its HP, the total is reduced to 1, including true damage. So it would take 1, but it can't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to move 2 over here and then roll 2 dice. I'll roll a defense and an attack. Oh, fuck yeah. All right. I'll block myself for 1, deal 2 damage to him. Since he already used his hardy, he still takes the 2 damage. Essentially, I can maybe outlast him. Then it's their turn. 1, 2. Because basically, I'm just going to try and kite him around. And if I move 1, 2... So I'm going to move. I was here. I'm going to go 1, 2. And then basically just do the same as last time. Oh, we both took 1 damage at the beginning of the round, which means he takes no damage, I guess. And then I roll. Okay, I'll take that. Well, take that like I have a choice. I'm going to deal 1 damage to him and then use my backup plan to deal 1 damage to him, which deals 2 damage to him. Still not enough. Damn it. I got too cocky. Because only 1 BP skill can be used per turn. Alright, well. What you gonna do? So, at the beginning of the next round, we both take 1 damage, which means I take 1 damage. And then I fail it. So I don't get the loot or the training. I don't get the loot or the training or the progress points or any of this stuff. So I guess this just gets discarded. Right? Success? No. Yeah, go straight to recovery. So no progress. Recovery. I'm going to heal to full. So let's take this off. My full is 4. I got close, but not close enough. And then we move to the next one. So now it's day 5. All these go back at least. Who'd have thought I'd go through all of the attack die? We have invited for dinner on day 5. Wakey, wakey, little critter. Oh. Wakey, wakey, little critter. A deep voice bellows as a putrid stench fills my nose and mouth. I cough and spit to gain my breath, but the air is thick with the smell of rotten fruit. Or worse, something pokes my side, and I start to swing? Swing? Why am I swinging? This question forces my eyes open. Everything is upside down and swaying uneasily. I look up and see nothing but green grass. Gaining my senses, I'm frighteningly aware that I am bound and hanging. Legs lashed to a tree branch. Below me is a boiling pot. Beside it stands 2 troll mules, currently fighting over what to add to their stew. Gearloc stew. I think it's a peaceful outcome no matter what. Yeah, doesn't result in battle. Pick your locks and escape. Make a lockpick attempt on a 3F2L lock. You escape with loot, just not your own. If successful, discard all your current loot, excluding trove loot, and draw 2 new loot. If you fail to pick both parts to the lock, remove 2 HP and take other choice. Trick the trolls. I taste better after being unbound and rolled in fire ants. It gives Gearloc meat a real kick. Ooh, so this one is tricky for me, because if I fail the lockpick attempt, which, let's look at lockpicking. Okay. I'm going to try to pick the lock. So I get all 4 of these. And first I need to get the 3F. Got it on the first try. And that symbol means that I could save 1, give an action die +1, and do not exhaust it if used on this lock. I think I have to do like... Yeah, and so I have a 3F, but I still need a 2L. So since that one's locked in, I can't use it. And then that symbol means convert, treat the lock type L, T, and F of 1 action die as the lock type of your choice. So I'm going to treat this 2F as a 2L. I don't know where 2L is, but I'll just switch it. It's a 2F, but because of this, I get to treat it as a 2L, which means that the lock goes off. Discard all of my current loot, of which I have none, and draw 2 new loot, which means that I get 2. So I have Red Minotaur, which sounds like Red Bull. Ignore 1 bones when making a training attempt. No wings, plenty of bull. And Fortunate Discovery. Select one of your consumable skill dice and place it in its spot on your mat. It's now available for use. Shots on the house, says Patches. So I got 2 loot, then I get 1 progress, luckily. So now we're up to 5. Yeah. We only have 4 days though, and I get a training die. I'll go with, I'm gonna increase my attack. So my attack right now is a 2, and so long as I don't get, so if I don't get any misses, I'll be fine. There's a miss, so I can't do it. Then I'll increase my health. And stop. I'm gonna look for better loot. Oh, you know what? I could have used this. You know what? I'm gonna do that. So instead of increasing my health, it's still at 4. My attack is now at 2. So my health is still 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so now we're on days. Oh, well, so I still need to do something. I'm gonna scout. Roll a d6. It's a 2. Reveal a 1-point baddie. Once revealed, you may cycle baddie to the bottom of the active deck. Hardy and Compound. I'm going to keep them up there because they're easy to deal with early. Then we move to day 6 and our next encounter. The Sky Bridge. It's a cakewalk. At least that's what I tell myself as I hang on for dear life, 1,000 arrow lengths up in the sky. Unfortunately, this ancient rope bridge connecting the 2 mountain ridges is more ancient than it is bridge. There's an unknown party on my tail and a trading post waiting beyond the ridge ahead. Only seconds remaining to make one of 2 ill-advised choices. I could turn and fight on this tangle of rotting rope and wood. The other option, hightail it to the other side, while dodging arrows from behind. If I make it, I can cut the ropes and send my pursuers on a one-way trip to the bottom of the canyon. So one of them's a fight. Line them up and try not to throw up. Baddie points. Add 2 baddie points to your total. Battle is restricted to lane 1 for both sides, and you fight only 1 baddie at a time. Remaining baddies wait in the queue. Or scramble across and cut the bridge. Baddie queue is bad points. Reveal baddies for every ranged baddie. Roll 2 attack dice and remove HP from your Gearloc. Must survive. I'm gonna go with line them up. So I would be going with 6, but it's an 8 now. So it's going to be a 5 and 3 1s. And they have to go in lane 1, as do I. So in lane 1, we have a Griffin Howler. Oh man, it's got flight. That's going to be real annoying. So it's a 5. If I could go before it, that would be great. Let me reset this to 1. And then... Fuck. You gotta love it. Sometimes it just works out, you know? Alright. So then we're down to round 1 combat. I am first. So it's got 5 health. I have one bomb, one grenade, I should say. So I'm gonna roll this. I could roll an early grenade, because the other, I'm gonna roll an early grenade, a frag grenade, and I have to wait until at least one person is dead to use body search. So that's 2 dice. My dexterity is still 4. I will... Oh, this is gone. I'm pretty sure that's gone too. Roll 2 attack die. Alright, so first we get 1 fuse, which I'm going to immediately turn into a bomb. So I have 1 extra bomb. I'm going to leave this at 1 since I'll use the grenade. It deals 3 damage. Might be important. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, I deal 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. And then the adjacent targets would take half of that damage, but there's nothing adjacent. That's exhausted. And then I have 3 damage here. I'll deal 2 damage. Well, let's make sure. Dive and fight. Dive. If the flight effect die is active on this unit at the start of its turn, immediately place this unit adjacent to the weakest. And then flight, we know what that is. Signal. At the start of this unit's turn, add a single lesser baddie to the bottom of the queue. Oh, cool. I'm glad I'm killing it then. So, 2 damage. Which kills it. And then we immediately get another baddie. This one is ranged. Did I have that in the right spot? It was melee, which would have been here, but it's fine. I killed it. It comes in at the bottom of the queue. What I want to make sure... Can I use my 1 attack die against it is what I want to... Like, does it happen immediately? Oh, it's after end of round. Okay, so luckily we know he's going to come in. So then this one just gets wasted. And that's the end of my turn. Round 2. He comes in here after me. I am going to roll 3 attack die. I'll roll 2 attack die and 2 defense die. 1 defense die and my body search. Hey, I got 1 compound of my choice. So I'll get... You know what? I'm not going to use it, because I can just exhaust all these, and I'll roll them next turn. So 1 damage plus 1 throw odds, which will kill him. After the last round, this is like a break. And then 1 defense. So then, end of the round. We go to round 3. I have 1, this baddie is the clay golem. Damn it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's melee. I am gonna do... So, we have to remember the break. I'm gonna roll 1 body search and 3 attack. Oh, 1 loot. I am gonna use that. We got these 2 and 2 damage. So I'm gonna use the 2 damage. Oops. Then the loot. I get another fortune discovery. Select 1 of your consumable skill dice and place it in its spot on your map. Oh, I should have done that earlier. I could have just taken this back. That's my fault. I'm going to use 1 of them now to get my grenade. No, because now So I'm not going to use it. The bones that I rolled, I don't know why I have 2 of these on here, but the bones that I rolled, I'm going to do 1 damage to him. And then that's my turn. He's going to run forward and attack me, which takes off my shield. Then that's round 4. There can only ever be 1 lane for both sides. Or only 1 baddie at a time is what I meant. Alright, so I'm going to attack. I could get my body search back and keep doing that. I'm going to get Fortune Discovery to get my body search back. Then I'm going to roll body search plus 3 attack die. So we got a bone. I'm going to use this 2 attack to knock him out. Then these 2 are just back. And what was my body search? It was a bones. I'm not going to activate it, so it goes back here. Then our last, well, round 5. Our last baddie is a bog pole. It has poison 1. It has no attack apparently, but it does have 3 health. Poison. Set or reset poison effect die on target to number. Target takes true damage equal to the effect die at the start of its turn. After applying damage, reduce effect die to 1. Alright, so I guess if I don't kill it, it'll poison me. Then I just take 1 damage. That's what I'm going with. I did this wrong, so it's 5, not 1, obviously. And then I'm going to roll same thing I did last time. 3 attack die, 1 body search. That wasn't what I wanted to happen, but that's fine. I'm not going to, well, yeah, I'm not going to use this. Do 1 damage, and then do my 1 point throw odds. I'll store that one. Then its turn, it poisons me for 1. Oh, I'll put it here. I can remember that. Then start around 6. We both take 1 damage, which kills this, getting me the victory. So I get 1 treasure, infused incense. Roll 2 additional attack die on your next turn. Does not cost dex. Oh, they have little quotes. So this one says, the foul odor was strong throughout the campsite. I could also faintly smell the incense. Nuggets journal. This one also says, ooh, shiny. Then we get 1 progress point. So what do we got here? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can fight the Tyrant now. And I get 2 training points to train. Let's get these off. All right, so I'm gonna get bag of bombs. I thought about getting holy hand grenade, but bag of bombs helps a lot. Also, I just now realized that this consumable, like it says consumable, it means these 2 specifically, not the body search like I was doing. So, you know, we're learning. This is my first time playing. Please don't come at me. And then, so that was 1 point. My second point, I'm going to try and increase my dexterity. And when I say try, I mean I'm gonna do it, because you don't, I think it just succeeds. Yeah, increase dex stat by 1. So that way I can do more on my turn. Then this goes under here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do one more normal encounter on day 7 instead of going straight for the Tyrant, so that I can get a little bit more. Oh, at the end of my round, I could look for better loot, or I could heal myself. I only took 1 point, but that's also only leaving me with 3 health. You know, I'm just gonna do it. I'll heal myself. And so then we're on day 7. We have a dire situation. My desire to sleep is clashing with my fear of being eaten by wolves. These torches only burn for so long. Must stay awake. Howoo! Jolted from my involuntary slumber, my sleeping gear becomes a tornado of chaos as I scramble from under my blanket. A few dying embers flicker weakly in the expiring fire, giving just enough light to see nothing at all. I look up to see some moonlight through the trees, but my view of the night sky is suddenly eclipsed by the evil glow of 2 huge yellow eyes. As I slowly stand, my stomach turns as I realize I'm still only half the beast's size at best. I desperately fumble through my belt for a weapon that's not there, and this direwolf looks hungry. So I'm going to fight no matter what. Either one, I must find my weapon. The battle queue is 1 point and 5 point wolf. Cannot use skill dice until after the first 2 rounds of battle, or I must find my pack. Can only use skill dice the first 2 rounds of battle. I'm going to go with I must find my weapon. So I can't use skill dice until after the first 2 rounds of battle. So I need a 1 point and a 5 point wolf. I'm going to assume they meant the direwolf pup, because I haven't seen another wolf. Let me just check through my discarded enemies. Yeah, so I'm going to assume it's the direwolf pup, and then an actual direwolf, or a 5 point wolf. It is a direwolf. I was wondering if they had owlbears in here, and then I just saw one, so I thought that was pretty cool. Alright, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Back over here. Reset this to round 1. I didn't roll this or I did roll that last time. All right, so 5 point wolf. I know who it is. I don't know why I acted like I didn't. It is initiative 4, and it has 6 health. I didn't realize it had lashback. Then in lane 2, with initiative of 3, we have a direwolf pup who also has lashback with 3 health. And then Boomer with a 6. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna try and knock out this wolf first. I can't use skill dice, so I'm gonna roll. I have 5 dexterity now. I'm gonna roll 3 of these, 2 of these. I'm gonna count these as skills. Okay. Yeah, I have a 5, so I'm rolling 4 of these and 1 defense. Not great. I got these 2, but definitely kill the pup. And it had lashback. Any turn this unit is damaged by an adjacent opposing... Oh, I'm not adjacent. Oh, if... Hold on. Since it's specifically adjacent, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to deal 5 damage to the main one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's got 1 health. Yeah, that's right. You ain't think to come to me. Actually, 5 damage and then do this to do throw odds to kill what I can only assume is the mama wolf who is trying to teach her youngling how to hunt. And then that's my turn. This is going to run 1, 2 and attack me for 1 damage. Then we get to round 2. And in round 2, still can't use anything. I'm just going to kill it. I'll use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attack die. Oh, wait, no, I can only roll 3. I should remember that. I might have messed up last time. I'm 100% sure I did. I think I did 5 damage based off of dice, and there were 4... No, there were 3 attack die that I attacked with. One of them was... so I'll just say I used this one as well last time, instead of having 2 of the backup plans. So then I'll roll 2 defense die. Wow, that sucks. Well, there's karma for me. So 2 of those, 2 of these, and I will not attack it. Then it attacks me, dealing 1 damage, but that takes off a shield. We get to round 3. Now I can use my other skills. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. I'll keep these 2. I'm not going to keep this one. Oops. And 3 damage kills it. And their thing specifically says the lashback only happens if they're still alive after it. Yeah. Alright, so I killed it. 3 rounds in. I get 2 training points, 1 loot. Mechanical assistance. Increase your dex by 3 for this turn. Single use. And 2 skill, 2 training points. I'm gonna increase my health. So that I have a 5. And then I will... There's a part of me that wants to increase my attack, but I know what I'm going up against. I'm going to try and go after the Tyrant. I'm going to get the Holy Hand Grenade, because now that I know that that's a consumable, I can use it more than once by using my Fortunate Discovery. So this goes here. And then... recovery. I'm just going to heal. So now I'm at full health. And we're on day 8. And I go after Mole Mesh. So I ignore the baddie points, or the BQ, because it says baddie points, party 1 ignores this. All baddies on this card are placed on top of BQ. Add Mole Mesh to bottom of BQ. So do I just fight Mole Mesh? I wanted to look it up because of the way that this is worded. If I had gotten his encounter, there would have been some baddies on here that would have participated. But since there aren't, it's just him. So he is a melee. And he has 8 health. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In lane 1. With a 6 initiative to my 3. He has 2 skills, Frenzy, Retreat. Well, 3 skills, Frenzy, Retreat, and Shrouded. If number of Molmesh's attack die hit, no bones, roll the attack die again and add total damage of both rolls. Retreat, if Molmesh starts his turn at 3 HP or fewer, he is removed from the battle mat and goes to the top of the queue. I looked this one up. Molmesh's HP is restored once he rejoins the battle. Status effects such as bleed, poison, magnified. Oh, so that's gonna suck because he's gonna leave, come back with full health, and then it's just me attacking him. Molmesh can only be targeted by adjacent units. Not cool either. Alright. So we use his Tyrant die. Silverhide, Molmesh cannot take damage from attack die until his next turn. Howl, all units friendly to Molmesh immediately improve. 1 spot on the initiative meter, cannot go higher than Molmesh. And then... okay, so everything else is just normal. Alright, so Molmesh is going to attack. He has his baddie die that he always rolls, and then 2 attack die. If all of Molmesh's attack die hit, which they do, so it'd be 2, I'm going to roll them again. So it's 3. So I take 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. And it was the wolf, the howl, so that means nothing happens. Oh, you know what? I didn't take 3 damage. I've got to remember how this game plays. 1, 2. And then that's it. He can't go diagonally. 1, 2. Took 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. Down to 5. That was Molmesh's turn. My turn. So, I have a 5 dexterity. Got 1 bomb. So I'm going to roll 1, 2, 3 with my Holy Hand Grenade. I'll hold off on that. 1 defense die. 1 attack die. Oh, I can do mechanical assistance to roll more. I'm going to roll the use my infused essence to roll 2 additional attack die on my turn. Does not cost dex. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even if I increased my dex right now, the best I'd be able to do would be I could roll more attack die and more defense die. Maybe I should do that. Yeah. So I'm going to use both of those so that I can roll 2 more attack and 1 more defense. Okay. So first, there's a grenade. Well, no, first, where's my... oh, damn. I needed that smoke screen. Oh, I don't have to use it, so I'm just not going to use the smoke screen this turn. That's Kiri again. The hand grenade, holy hand grenade. All right, let's count up what all this is. So that'd be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so I'm going to put this in first. I did use the grenade even if I didn't actually apply its effect. So 3 damage. I would take half rounded down, which would be 1. use this defense. So I take none of it. He takes 3. 1, 2, 3. Then he takes 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in case I needed it, I would also just throw odds and throw a grenade at him. I killed him in 1 hit. With the power of a holy grenade. So yeah, the Gearloc Council sent me out. Gave me 9 days to hunt down Mulmish. On the 8th day, I went after him. He charged at me. Took me down real far. But with the use of a holy hand grenade and a lot of attack, some mechanical assistance and some incense, I got there. And now on to our final thoughts. So this is my first time playing, obviously. It took an hour, almost 2 hours for me to play through this. I don't think you all will have a 2-hour video, fingers crossed. There's a lot of me just thinking, looking at stuff. In terms of what they build this as, which is a dice building RPG adventure, I agree. This is pretty much that. Like, you have a character, just like if you were playing a video game RPG, you have a character that starts off at level 1. You make decisions as you go through. The character feels unique. I obviously haven't played with second, like 2 or 3 or other players, but Boomer felt unique in the sense that, you know, I was crafting grenades that were being used for specific things. So I had grenades that could do a lot of damage. I had grenades that could help me. I didn't unlock them, but I had grenades that could have, like the Big Boom could have hit everybody on the field. The Stunner could have knocked out people for a little bit. The Napalm, I don't even know what Napalm does. At the start of this baddie's turn, it takes the number of damage times the number of rounds. So like if I had gotten a 2, it would take 2 damage for 1 round, right? 2 times 2, I don't know. I'll have to look that up, but like, you know, there's a large potential for Boomer to be able to do damage, but as a solo player, I was just making sure I stayed alive. So the smoke screen was really good, and then the body search helped because A, it got me loot, but B, it also could have helped me increase my elements. That being said, there is a lot to this game. Like, you have to read this rule book, you have to look online, you have to find out more about it, especially since Too Many Bones, you know, if you're watching this at this point in time, Too Many Bones has been out for a long time. I'm pretty sure they ended it with the last Kickstarter that they had, but there's still a lot of content for Too Many Bones. And the base box alone is heavy as hell because of the premium poker chips for the Gearlocs and the baddies and the Tyrants. Plus the little thinner normal size poker chips for health, plus the dice. So like, it's just a heavy box. To get all of the content for Too Many Bones, I imagine would A, put a lot of strain on your bookcase or whatever it is that you're storing them in, or B, if you get, I think they have like a trove that they call it, where like you can put everything in one. I just imagine that's a really heavy box. That being said, after playing this, I would very much so think about getting that big heavy box because this is fun. Like, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed, once I went through all the rules, I enjoyed getting to play the game. Yes, there were questions that came up. Yes, there were things like, I don't know if this applies or if that applies. Like, for instance, the what was it? Like a drag, some kind of lizard that I fought that had the rally thing where it would help out the next person in line. That part was really confusing, especially if it's at the end of the queue. So like, I'm not sure, maybe I did the initiative wrong, but again, there's a lot to try and remember for your first time playing. So I apologize if I got things wrong, but I really enjoyed it. I'm going to give it a 4.5. Let me look at our scalers to make sure. So for right now, based off of one play, base game, nothing else added, I'm going to give it a 4. 4 means that I would really, it's a solid game. I enjoyed it. It has the potential to be a 4.5 or a 5 after I play it some more. And the main reason for that is that I want to make sure if I play this with other people, like I would love for Maya to play this, I would love for Mark to play this, I would love for anyone else to play this, but I need to make sure I understand the rules well enough to explain it to them. Because handing someone this double-sided document and saying like, hey, we're going to play this game, look it over real quick, not everyone's going to be like, oh, okay, I don't know what to do with this, or I don't know what you're talking about. Plus, explaining all of this, like there were a lot of times when I was reading through the rule book where I got confused. There also, like I said in the beginning, if you are only watching the Finally Thoughts, I'm not a fan of the rulebook. But like, it doesn't explain when you go to upgrade things what you would specifically use. The actual, this thing, the Gearloc Adventuring Reference Guide, which they call the GARG, which I've just called GARG. That thing did a better job of explaining, like, when I go to increase my attack, how to do it. Because in the book, it just said, you know, you would roll the skill, and if you get no misses, you increase it. And it's like, okay, but what's the skill die? Because this is my first time playing. This told me roll your attack, like, you know, actually roll the attack die. So I'll roll 1 attack die. If it's not a miss, my attack increases. So like things like that. So like I said, it's a 4, potential to be a 4.5 or even a 5. I want to get some more games in on this played. Madi and I have actually talked about doing another kind of like another segment on our channel or something along those lines called like deep dive or something, where we play one game just through like its base, like through the actual contents of the box. So like for this one, we'd run through each of the tyrants, or for Aeon's End, we'd run through each of the nameless that are in there. So that way we get a better way to actually play through the content, B, we get the full experience out of the box, and C, we have an excuse to play it, because like a lot of times, especially since we're doing this for, you know, content, the way the algorithms work, we have to cater to new people, which means that we can't continually play one game. We have to try out different games and put up different content. So the deep dive, we're still debating on it. It might end up on our Patreon. But again, if you want to sign up for Patreon, it's just $1. We have our Jaws of the Lion playthrough stuff up there. By the time this comes out, we may have more deep dive stuff. So who knows? But thank you all for watching. As I said before, you can leave a like, comment, or subscribe if you enjoyed this. And also look for information about how to support us down in the description. We have a Patreon and we have a Ko-fi account. Until next time, though. Bye.